Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this letter that was sent out to veterans by the Veterans Affairs Department that they were no longer deemed appropriate for buying a gun. They couldn't buy a gun anymore. I got to say something about this in another way. You know, there's a lot of people, there is, it's not bullshit. There's a lot of people that kind of scam this government, even that are veterans. It's, you know, it's a mixed bag. I mean, there's people that deserve a hell of a lot more, and there's people getting too much, and that's just what happens when you got a big machine that doles out stuff. I mean, you don't really know who's scamming and who's not, really, a lot of times. And there's been a lot of things I saw people where they scammed with medical. And, you know, so sometimes people have problems and sometimes they don't. It's really tough to determine, and the doctor makes that you know, call. Does he get benefits or not? So there's people out there that said they felt like they wanted to harm others or harm themselves, and they had all these mental problems and stuff, and they got benefits, right? Well, it's probably, in my opinion anyway, a good portion of that is a scam. So now it turns out, you know, they get a letter that they can't buy a gun because they feel like they have these mental problems. So, you know, what comes around goes around, I guess, I don't know. But, you know, the only advice I could say to those kind of people is maybe ask Eric Holder, you know, next time he does a Mexican drug cartel run, he can get them a gun too and sell it to them, you know. Because the Attorney General is definitely guilty of a hell of a lot more stuff than he should have owned a gun, that's for sure. He's supposed to be the big law enforcement guy of the whole nation here. Eric Holder, he shouldn't have a gun, that's for sure, before even these veterans that were considered having mental problems or whatever it is. But, you know, yeah, I guess obviously the Obama administration and, you know, the people that control that administration, maybe not Obama himself, they definitely are looking to actually limit gun ownership in any possible way. But, you know, it's almost like sometimes, you know, I tell you the truth, I couldn't stand those kind of people that scammed. I mean, I've seen a number of people that scammed in the military on medical. And, you know, there's people that deserve 10 times the care they're supposed to get, too. It's like, you know, it's like, how do you make it fair and square all the way around? It's almost impossible. They try to. I mean, they have there's all these rules in place to make it fair and square, but there's some people that don't get enough help, and there's people that get too much help. So, you know, in the case of these, the administration or whatever is the Veterans Affairs Department sending out these letters, yeah, I think it's wrong, but, you know, in some cases, I think probably in a pretty good amount of cases, there's been a lot of scamming going on. So, you know, they played the game. They wanted to say, you know, they were having problems like harming. They felt like they wanted to harm others and stuff. Well, now you got your VA benefits, and guess what? You know, the VA's telling you can't own a gun now, right? You know? I mean, I sure as hell never felt like I want to. Well, I feel like harming others that want to violate Americans' rights. And I feel like that. Maybe that's really the way I feel. I feel like harming those kind of people or stopping them in some way. But that's, you know, that's the only way I ever feel like harming others, you know, when they want to violate other Americans' rights and do evil things to people. But, you know, some of these people play the game just to get VA benefits. Now the VA's telling them you can't own a gun. You know, so it's not exactly as crazy as it sounds sometimes on the surface, you know. I think I disagree with it, though, because in principle, it's like, where the hell could you end that shit? You know, I definitely disagree with it, but it's not as crazy as it sounds. So